Good evening. I hope everybody is doing absolutely well. Please stay safe. Please stay united rather than divided. There's far too much hatred in this world. We need to come together, united rather than divided. Now, what I want to be speaking about is it was actually on Ben's channel, Simply Strange, um, and it was to do with the Conjuring house. Now, it's been up in auction on Halloween, and he made points which really actually, when you think about it, you're like, hold on a minute. Uh, why? uh, This is up for auction, and you need to pay £250,000 for a auction for this, and it's basically whoever get. It's like the draw a hat, and whoever gets drawed for the hat, and it's like needs to pay the 250,000. So anybody can auction for the house, and they pick for the hat, and that person needs to pay £250,000. But the auction is outside the house. Now get this, which I do not like. Now you're actually the house is in disarray. The roof needs some amount of repair. The full house needs some amount of repair. It's unsafe for anything. You think it's been empty for over a year, nearly coming up for 2 years. So the weathers haven't been good at all. So, and at the best yet, I know the basement get flooded quite a lot. Now, so you're paying 250,000 for that and all the repairs to be done, which is fair enough, right? But which the only thing is with this is the fact that you don't get to see the house. But are you going to get to see the house once you get the joy of the hat? Because that house is very unsafe for anybody to go into. You'd have to get a lot of construction workers, electricians, gas, glazers to do the windows. Um, so you need a lot of people to fix that property up because it's so badly run down. We could Jacqueline and Nunes run it down. Not just Jacqueline Nunes, there's people before that and it hasn't been maintained. Um, because when you see, I've seen multiple, and I love that house, right? Absolutely love it. If I had the money, I would want to buy it because um, I love it so much due to the fact of the history. But it's also the bank just wants to get rid of it because Jacqueline Nunes stopped paying her mortgage. So it went into foreclosure, and obviously they need to get rid of it quickly. If I was the town where that home is, because I've got a lot of concerns about YouTubers, whatever, going to come in and try to get it, I would come together and try and get that place. I mean, there's somebody was getting interviewed on the news saying they're a big horror fan. So, and at that, there's people been turning up due to the new Conjuring movie. Now, remember, it's only a film. Um, and you've got to respect, guys, don't stop going to that location. Yeah, take pictures, go away, but you're causing a scene. People live there, have respect. It's the same with the War Museum. There's people who stay there, and their neighbours are getting right annoyed at the moment um, because they're going to be, come soon, people in and out of the property, and it hasn't been like that at all. Um, because Eddie and Lorraine Warren had people coming in and out of their garage, but turned into a museum. Because I've seen full walkthrough with Exploring with Josh. Lovely, lovely young man. But do I think Ed and Lorraine Warren's house is haunted? Absolutely not. Do I think anything in that place? No, I'm sorry, I don't. I really don't. I like the items inside it. Of course I do. I love the Conjuring movies. But when it came to Ed and Lorraine Warren, they were known scam artists. That is it. Scam artists who con people. And what Ed done to that young girl was absolutely vile. And you think she's a victim in this. And obviously didn't, she waited until short after Edna died because she would have been brainwashed into keeping her mouth shut. She didn't ask for money, she just told her bit of her story. And I don't know if she's still alive. Yeah, she probably is. But Tony and that would be telling her to keep her mouth shut. Her mouth shut due to the fact it's Conjure moving all that out and things like that. And she just doesn't want it to me because Ed brainwashed that girl into believing that he loved her and he was, do you know what I mean? Because he was a narcissistic. If you listen to him on the Sarah Jessica Raphael show, listen to him, the way he spoke, and he wasn't nice to Lorraine either. So, and they didn't even sleep in the same beds either. They had separate rooms. So what's that telling you? Now, back to the Conjuring house. Go watch Simply Strange. Obviously, Simply Strange is Ben from Ben and Laney from when they made fake paranormal content. It took them ages to eventually come out and say, well, we lied, blah, blah, blah. But they're now sort of doing kind of paranormal what they're telling them that it's just fake and it's just for a bit of entertainment because they miss making that content, which is it's fair enough, but because you're left a stake in on that kind of people, it's and a lot of people when they were grieving went to him thinking that this is this that. This is why I'm very guys. See if you're going to fake your paranormal, say it's for entertainment purposes or only. Yasko does it. Yasko's a lovely young man, and he had what he spoke to like Beardo and things like that, and he has in his description it is for entertainment purposes only. And I like Yasko. I like his soon to be wife Jen and their beautiful wee dog Lola. Oh my god, that dog is such. It's a shame that wee dog's had a lot of medical problems, but she's absolutely stunning. And Yasko treats her like um his own week. I mean, that's what you do when you have pets. But please, guys, what do you think about this Conjuring house and us carry on with the fact that if you're going to go to a house for an auction, when you go around and you get shown around the property, I mean, I've went for viewings, right? Because obviously my landlord is wanting to sell the house, but he tried to do it in a nasty way and things like that. He tried to fraud my name and things like that, right? But I won that eviction, but he's still being nasty. I just want to now just get out of here because I can't deal with the threats anymore for me and my family. Um, but see the fact we've been multiple places. We have travelled about some parts of Scotland to look for properties, and they show you the place and things like that. And I even went to because my dad's age and that was wrong, but try to help buy a place. So I went and viewed a place as well, and they wanted ridiculous money. But again, it was bidding. You had to bid for this property. I do not believe that you should be able to bid for a property like that. I think there should be a set price for a property, and that is it. None of this bidding, because it's just, to me, that's a scam. And I think there's something dodgy going on here with this. I get they want to get rid of it, but you're paying, so anybody's putting their name in that hat or what, to be the way they're doing it, and the winner has to pay £250,000 up front once anyway, and obviously they get the house. But as a lot of people, residents say, there's some amount of um, work that has to be done. Now, Jacqueline Nunes was told to get by the fire brigade to get things sorted, like with the fire alarms and a lot of things that could cause a fire, because obviously she allowed somebody to put paint or whatever, and it ended up causing a fire in the shed. With Cody and Satori sadly lost a lot of their items. Plus, obviously, they showed a lot of money as well to staff and paying customers. So she wouldn't. There was no way. Everybody knew that house had to go up for sale. I remember Elton and Matt asking to buy that property, and she went, no. Do you think Matt and Nat would go for that property? Yes. Because they wanted that property before the War Museum. But also now, I think I don't know. I mean, if they went for it, fair enough. But then you're going to have all the prices the way what they're doing at the War Museum, and that concerns me, because what? Right, if I'm going to a place, right, I want to film, and I do not want anybody checking. Why should you check my videos? I wouldn't check your videos. Why should you check my videos for saying something, i.e., about things that are wrong, and you're correcting it? See, for all the controversy of Bathsheba, look what happened to that lady's grave because of Lorraine Warren again lying, and so did the parents, and then the parents suddenly changed their mind. I done a video on this about the fact that all the lying within the Warrens that done that. That was wrong, because between the conjuring movies and Lorraine, that women's grave get destroyed a lot. And so a lot of people came together and bought a new grave for that woman, and hats off to them all, because that woman was a wife and a mother, has no ties at all to that property. And the same goes for the person that they talk about all the time, like that owned the property, like in the times. The parent said that she hung herself. Absolutely not. That was somebody else. I think with somewhere else, and they've put it on. Obviously, this lady, the lady that died when she was in her 90s, in that in the Conjuring, and it's the graveyard there, and it's with facts. See, this is what. Please do your checks on these things. I want to see that property go to somebody that's going to treat it well, and do it up, fix the windows, put central heating in it, get the pipes done, get also the roof, fire alarms, everything. And if they are going to open it up to the public, don't sit and do what Jacqueline Nuna's done is, if she didn't like you, then you weren't allowed to film. If there's so many people in, there's only one or two supposed to be filmed, so you're basically just getting. And if she didn't like what you were putting in the video, then you weren't allowed to release it. And Elton is Tony are doing exactly doing exactly the same. I love Elton and Ginger and Matt. I really do. I'm sorry, but I don't like Tony at all. He's very sleazy. So he is very sleazy. And I don't like the lies he's telling, and he's brainwashed. See, people, if because people watch the films, they believe in the Warrens and the paranormal, and when you believe in the paranormal, and when you've been told things, you're going to believe that narrative, and so you only do that much digging, and you think the truth, the way Truth for Demons does, but to pay that amount of money, I get. Ginger says that it wouldn't be £2,000 for long. Prices would come down. They just also have the price will come down after they move. So, because obviously they're planning to move all the items from that property. So, what's your thoughts on the Conjuring house going up for auction? Do you think it should be going this way? Do you think a YouTuber should go forward and buy it, or do you think it should be turned into a museum or just another family home, the way it was after the parent family went in and the lady said nothing happened in that house? I believe in the paranormal, I believe in spirits and things like that, but I don't believe the way people were portraying that property or the way it is with the War Museum. And now you're getting a lot of people saying, oh, they're starting that about our house. I don't, as I said before, fake your channel all you want, use devices all you want, but don't spin the narrative and try to stop other people. If you're going to film, you're paying extra prices to film for whatever, how many. So that's wrong. That's scamming people. Somebody like myself who would say fly for here, or say somebody for Australia, that's a lot of money to travel to America. Then you're paying that price, and then you're paying the price if you want to film in the museum, and then you could be told you can't use that because they have to check, they've got somebody to check that. No, don't do that, Elton, please don't. Again, I've said it in other videos, don't do it, it's wrong. Don't allow people to film and say what they want. It's their videos. Nobody ever once did it with you. Don't do it to anybody else, and don't be that person that we don't want. We don't want you turning into a Jacqueline Nunes or a Tony. I like you and your wife Ginger. Yous are such lovely people. So please think about what yous are doing with these prices. Reconsider what yous are doing and think about people like myself who would be flying and having, because that would be nearly £6,000. Just need enough, all that. Every time you fly, get there and pay the transport from, do you know what I mean? So it's a lot of money. And then you're paying the extra costs for that. And that's what Jacqueline Nuna's done with the Conjuring. That is why the Conjuring house was destroyed. Not just that, it's the way she treated people, the way she spoke to people, and threatened Jason Hawes. I hope Jason Hawes had that all sorted. I hope people were paid. So again, what do you think? Eh, obviously, this carry on with the house. As I said, I would buy that. I would, if I had all that money, the, what was it? She spent 1.2 million on that. I mean, if I had something like that, I would buy it. And guess what? I would give it back to the community. It means they have control of it. And guess what? It means it, and it means it's only opened until the times they want, and they're controlling it. Um, and that's the way it should be. Because what I'm concerned is somebody coming in and there's going to be a lot of traffic, and then police are going to be called and things like that. So if you're going to buy that um, Arnold estate, consider the neighbours and have restrictions on things, and make sure it's all guard and fences are put up so people can't drive just in and have it, and make sure people respect the neighbours that are there. That's very important when you're buying a property. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below about this. As I said, go to Ben's Simply Strange channel. He's very good about digging things like that sort of things. I'll leave the link for his channel in the description. And you can go, because he has been back when it comes to the Conjuring house. It's been him that has been back and is speaking about this the most. So, as I say, go to his channel and check it out. Because I was only getting my wee bit into it about, I think this is all madness to how, and it's, do you know, I think it's weird that they're doing this in Halloween. I think that's mental as well. But I mean, obviously they want to just get rid of the place, and I don't like the idea that you can't go in and view it either. So, which means they're not telling you things about what's actually going on in that property. So, and that's a bit concerning. So, so, but as I said, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Send in love and light, and good night.